What's going on, team? This is Mac. They call me Hitch. I also go by the Date Doctor. So today I got a little bit of knowledge for you when it comes to the avoidant personality. This is going to be a good one. I want you guys to take notes on this. I'm not going to be too long-winded. Straight to the point. Save a lot of dudes from a lot of trouble. Let's go. An avoidant personality is somebody that has grown up to not think that they're worthy of love. So in retrospect, once they receive love, they never fully receive it. They innately or unconditionally push it away. Let me backtrack on that. When they were young, there was a moment in their life where they had been craving love, whether that be from the dad or the mom, anybody for that matter. They craved it from a specific person who they in return did not get it from. Or when they began to offer that love to this person, they were rejected. Whether that was done intentionally or unintentionally, they felt rejected. How this affects them growing up is they no longer have the capacity to really trust and love full-heartedly without feeling this insecurity. Avoidants never want to feel like a bad person, but the truth of the fact is they will discard you with no mercy. So instead of feeling as if they have made a wrong choice, they will distract themselves with things that don't fulfill them, but deter them. Now, this is one of the tactics of Satan. If he can't deceive you, what he'll do, he'll distract you. Number one, they were already deceived the minute they made the decision based off a false narrative. Now you say, where does that false narrative come from? Well, it comes from their mind. Okay, they create assumptions in their mind that don't have anything to do with a current or past had predicament. The assumptions made in their mind usually go like this. Gentleman says, hey, I'm going to take 2 weeks away. I got things to do. Woman says, okay, great. In her mind, she said, he's probably going to cheat on me and leave. That's how she's taking it. With this being said, her assumption is that he will break up with her. So what does she do? Because of her assumption, she will say, well, he was never that good anyway. I'm going to leave him. He had no intention of doing such assumption. So in order to make that decision, she has to find something wrong with the person. Now, this is where many guys fail. As in, when I say you guys fail, you literally lose yourself. And when you do that, you actually validate the false narrative. If you want to speak in a spiritual sense, this is a Jezebelian spirit. The Jezebel spirit needs control at all times, at all costs, no matter what the situation, specifically over their husband. If you look at the story in the Bible, Jezebel was the queen of a king. Now, this king was kind of loopy, he was kind of lofty, he was all over the place sometimes. So she liked the fact that he was a weak king. But in return, she loved the fact that she could control him. Jezebelian spirit needs to control their image, how they look, how they're perceived. And they'll do so at all costs. The first thing that you'll notice when you go out with one of these types of people is before you even open their mouth, they've not done anything wrong in their whole entire life. Now, I went on a date with this girl a long time ago. Didn't know too much about her, but she said she was previously married. I said, oh, that's interesting. How did that go? She said, well, it's his fault. He cheated. He did this. He did that. He was a horrible person, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, that happens sometimes, but there's always another side to every story. And if you fail to acknowledge the second-hand point of view, you'll be deceived too. They don't want you to see how they believe themselves to be completely inadequate. They have such a fear of believing that they're fully inadequate of receiving love from anybody that if it ever gets close enough, they'll cut it off. And they'll cut it off so quick that they would then soon blame that person for the opposite of what was given. This person's relationships usually don't last longer than a year without them finding discord. Because in the discord, they can then justify the opportunity to push away. They need to stop the act and get into their space. They then justify the reasoning of being in that space, of blaming the person who used to bring closure, security. And when they push you away, leave them, let them, and continue with your life. This is coming from real world experience.